Hey guys, welcome in. I'm Joe Raineri, and I am joined by three of the top NHL handicappers at WagerTalk.com this year. Mr. Dave Cokin, Bryan, Leonard, and Las Vegas Cris joining us for a very special promotion that we've got going on right now at WagerTalk.com. The opportunity to hop on board and partner with any one of these gentlemen and get their entire NHL season and right through the Stanley Cup for just $2.99 using the code on the screen, net $2.99. Visit their pages right now, guys. These are three of the top, the most profitable handicappers at WagerTalk.com in the NHL this season. And it has been somewhat challenging over the last couple of years. And Dave, let me start with you. Congratulations, right at the top of the leaderboard as usual for you. What are some of those challenges, and what tips might you have for some of the viewers here when it comes to betting the NHL this season?
Well, look, the challenges are obvious. You got to wait and see who's in the lineup every day, because there's just players falling out with positive tests, and it's a mess out there. And it's really important to find out who's playing goal. In particular, you look at we're recording this on a Wednesday. You look at the Golden Knights last night. They had to call up somebody from the AHL. He played pretty well against Nashville, but it was his first NHL start. I suspect he might be in goal then in the next game as well. So that's something you got to keep up with. Aside from that, look, I guess the easiest way to explain it for me, hockey has actually been my best sport forever. I got a good reputation in college football, though I didn't have a great year. Baseball's always been good, but hockey's the game I grew up with. I grew up 2 blocks from the Rhode Island Auditorium, which was the home of the American Hockey League Providence Reds at the time. They're now the Providence P. Bruins, I believe. And I was there all the time. I've been around this game all my life and been betting it basically all my life. I watch more NHL than anything else. I basically watch every game. If I don't watch it live, I tape it. Or if you've got the package, they show the replays the same night. So I managed to catch up on all the games. And for me, it really is an eye test game. I like to get a feel for how teams are playing, the style they're playing, and ride the tide in a lot of cases. If I can find a team at the beginning of a hot streak, I'll keep riding them. I've been doing that with the Vancouver Canucks since they switched coaches. That's been extremely profitable. But as far as technique goes, I don't know that I can put my hand on any one thing and say, well, this is what I do on a daily basis. It's just a collection of different methodologies that I've had and opinion more than anything else. And if it's not broken, I'm not going to fix it. And look, for me, the hockey experience goes back basically 50 years plus, because that's how long ago it was that I lost 2 teeth playing hockey. And hopefully it'll continue for a long, long time.
Yeah, no, it's certainly been amazing, guys. And right now, use that code on the screen, net $2.99. Head over to Dave's page, grab that package right now. Every NHL play now, right through the Stanley Cup playoffs, just $2.99. And Bryan, Leonard, congratulations on yet another successful NHL season as the profits continue to roll for you and your clients. How about you talk about some of the challenges you've had to deal with this season, and maybe give us point us in the right direction to make it a profitable NHL season?
Yeah, very similar to what Dave said with all the COVID and the injuries. You get a lot of injuries in hockey. Hockey's a sport where the guys are tough as hell, and they put their bodies in front of a flying puck at 100 miles an hour. So you need to know what the depth is on these teams. And Dave talked about the Knights goalie. He comes from the Silver Knights, and he's got a really good future. And you've got to be able to follow those kind of things if you want to take a look at who's going to be on a good run. You want to know who's playing, and that's the thing is in the NHL. If you just take a look at the records, it's not going to help you at all. Really, you need to know who's playing, who's healthy. We've seen many teams, especially this year, with all the COVID and injury situations, where they don't have a good record, but they're a favorite in the game over a team with a better record, and that's because they're healthy. So you always have to take that into account. One of the things I like about hockey is it's a money line sport, very similar to baseball, another sport, except for last year, that I've always done very well in, and that's playing the money line sport, because you're trying to put yourself in the position of the players where you just want to win the game. And hockey is especially important because of that, because you're looking at totals in hockey. Your average totals are 5 to 6, 5.5 most of the time. In baseball, it's 8.5, 9. So a lot of people like to play the puck line in hockey, and I can't do it. I don't do it. Maybe other guys have had success with it, but if you're laying a goal and a half and you're up by a goal, and at the end of the game, people are pulling goalies, and all of a sudden that turns into a 2-goal situation. So if you're taking the underdog, you were just screwed in that regard. You were there the entire game, and then you ended up losing on something like that. So I always play my game straight. I won't say always, but 99% of my plays are straight. I want to play with the team, and I want to play to win the game. So I'm playing them all the way through, overtime, everything. And that's a little bit different than what other guys do. I know on the hockey show, those guys like to take 1.5 goals, like to play a game in regulation. But in reality, the players just want to win the game, and that's the way I want to play. In baseball, it's very similar to that, with taking the 1.5 runs, and all of a sudden the guys at second base, they don't care, if you're laying 1.5. So I play the way I think the players want to play, and that's just win the ball game. And that's what's been very good to me over these last 5 years.
All right, great stuff, guys. Again, visit Bryan's page at WagerTalk.com. Use that code NET299 and get the rest of his NHL season right through the Stanley Cup playoffs, guys, for just $299. Las Vegas, Cris, always a pleasure. Good to see you again, my friend. Congratulations, crushing it, not only with the pigskin, but definitely on the ice this season as well. Talk to us here a little bit about your approach to this very trying NHL season.
Well, I may be Las Vegas, Cris, but I'm originally from Detroit. So I grew up with hockey. And when I moved out here, kind of got away from it a little bit because of just being out of the area. And the Red Wings actually went down the tubes for a while, but they're up and coming again. So last year with the COVID situation and being home all the time, I got back into the hockey, and I learned a lot of valuable stuff last year, which is paying dividends this year, is, not getting overwhelmed by all the different choices. As previously mentioned, the greatest thing about hockey is that it's a money line sport. So as people know me for NFL, point spreads are a real headache, and laying puck lines and that, there's a lot of value that's like either luck and, luck based on empty nets and stuff like that, or, just freakish occurrences. So I don't like to put myself in that position with the puck lines often. I try to limit my focus into different areas that I'm keeping an eye on, which, may be situational, back-to-back situations. Where's the hot goalie? Who's killing the power play? Stuff like that. I don't want to overwhelm myself with all the different varieties of different ways you can bet these games that weren't around a while back. Keep it simple, because I think some of the mistakes I made last year was trying to do a little this, try to do a little that, and it's just better to stay narrow focused and do what's working well for you.
Joe, I want to drop in something.
Dave. Go ahead.
I'm very much into hockey analytics, and I think there's a real edge there. Now, I want to bring this up. In baseball, one of the things that worked really well for me in baseball was I got way ahead of the curve on the sabermetrics. That curve isn't as advantageous as it used to be, because in baseball now, the odds makers are using those same analytics to create the line. They're not really doing it in the NHL yet. So you can get edges as far as that goes, as far as looking at expected goals for, expected goals against. Also, and there are sites, I wish I had them handy, but there are sites you can follow that'll give you up-to-date results as far as teams on the power play and on the penalty kill. And special teams are a huge part of the NHL. You want to ride teams that are hot with the power play or having trouble killing penalties. Those are teams to go against. So the hockey betting world has not yet caught up from an analytics standpoint. And if you can learn to understand those analytics, I think you've got an advantage as far as that goes.
Great stuff, guys. One suggestion right now, if you want to make it a profitable NHL season, is head to Dave Cokin's page, Bryan Leonard's page, Las Vegas's Cris page. Go there right now. Use this code NET299, and you'll get every one of their NHL plays right through the Stanley Cup here, guys, for just $2.99. Don't wait. This is going away quickly, guys. It's just their way to say thank you for what has thus far been a very profitable NHL season, and they look to continue that. So partner up right now. Dave Cokin, Bryan Leonard, and Las Vegas Cris, the three top NHL profitable handicappers at WagerTalk.com. Gentlemen, best of luck with the rest of the NHL season. Thanks for coming by. You guys head over to WagerTalk.com. Use that code NET299 today. Good luck, guys.